It's not that they don't love you. They just don't understand. They're not going through what you are going through. And you have to remember, your journey is your journey. They won't understand until you share. It's okay to share. Don't be scared. Welcome to the Vet Rise Podcast. I'm your host, Juan Perez. My goal is to make success after service accessible to every veteran in society. I believe in the power of leveraging your service, not as a label that defines you, but as a launching pad for your next chapter. What we have been doing has not been working, and it's on us to start changing the culture. Enjoy the episode, and thank you for your time. What's going on, everybody? Welcome to another episode of the Vet Rise Podcast. Today, we're going to be talking about it's not that they don't love you, they just don't understand you. Now, what does that specifically mean? A lot of what I talk about is that the fact that you are on this journey alone. A lot of what I talk about is the fact that you have to stop waiting for permission, for compassion, for clarification, for validation from people around you. But that doesn't mean that you push people away. You have to remember, this is your journey. But while you are on this journey, you are going to look around to the left and to the right of you. And you're going to see people that are there continuously. Part of the process of leveling up is leaving some people behind. But as you do that, as you start to gradually level up and you realize that you are at another level and you start to let go of some of the negativity in your life. Now, letting go of negativity doesn't just mean your habits, your routines, the things that held you back in life. It might mean relationships. It might mean friendships. It might mean that you thought that this person would be around forever and they're not. That is okay. But as you are going through the process, as you are leveling up, as you are getting healthier, as you're getting more serious about meal prep, as you are getting more serious about your health, your overall just being, you're going to look to the left and to the right of you, and you're going to realize that there are people that continuously show up in your corner. We have to be mindful of them. Maturity. Maturity is something that we are all working towards, whether we know it or not. Maturity doesn't mean making sure that you show up on time to your meetings. Maturity doesn't even mean making sure that you choose to go to bed at the right time instead of staying up late. Maturity means understanding that as you get older and you start to make different decisions, you have to understand, where do those decisions come from? Because maybe when you started the program, maybe when you initially joined, those decisions that you were making were for you. They need to keep being for you, 1,000%. But as you look to the left and to the right of you, and you realize that there are people who are in your corner, continuously supporting you, being on this journey with you, there's nothing wrong with having them along for the ride. Now, as these people are in your life, and these people continuously show up, you need to make the effort of sharing with them a little bit about what you're doing. But it doesn't mean that when they don't understand you, it doesn't mean they don't love you. It doesn't mean that when you tell them that I can't make it this weekend, or I have to do this, or I have to do that, or I'm staying committed to going to bed on time, they are on a different path than you are. However, as you progress in life, as you start to decide to not go out every weekend, as you decide to take your meal prep so seriously that you schedule into your week, as you decide to make sure that you don't miss the gym, these people are going to either feel left behind or you're going to get to bring them with you. We make the decision of who is in our life, whether it's a friend, whether it's a sister, a brother, a mom, a loved one, someone that has been continuously in your corner. This person will, whether you know it or not, eventually be inspired by you. But we don't know how to say sometimes you've grown. So instead, people say you've changed. And we can make the decision at that point. Do we want to allow this person to be in our life, or do we want to leave this person behind? I want you guys to understand that it is not just a lonely chapter. It is a chapter that you're deciding to be on this journey. And there are people who should and deserve to be there. But the more that you start to remove the negative people from your life, the more bandwidth you have to start letting people into your life. Now, that could be a loved one, that could be a friend, that could be a colleague from work, that could be a sister, a brother, whoever, maybe even your wife, maybe even your partner. But I want you guys to remember, you are going to be the inspiration for them, whether you know it or not. Now, it's not that they don't love you, they just don't understand you. As we start making decisions and we become a little bit more selfless, believe it or not, because it is selfless, it's not selfish, and we start to do things for ourselves because we know that when we fill our cup, we can show up for other people in a much better way. You will have to make that decision. Do I want to keep this person in my life, and do I want to start sharing some of what I'm doing? And sharing what you're doing doesn't mean letting them into your world 100%. It just means explaining your why. It means showing them a little bit of why you are doing what you are doing. Because if you decide to go on this lonely chapter, because it can be very lonely, but you decide that you want to push people away, the very people that inspired you to be on this journey, the very people that you knew you want to show up for, before you know it, they will start to feel like they're being left behind. So I want to encourage you guys. I want to encourage each and every one of you. Do an audit. Do an audit of the people that continuously show up in your life. Do an audit of the people that continuously want you to win. And as you do this audit, you will realize who is in your corner. Who is the person that has continuously cheered you on? Who is the person that continuously wants you to win? Because as you do that, you will realize that, guess what? This person doesn't have ill intentions. You've already been able to leave some of those people behind. You've already been able to start restricting your friendships, your relationships from other people. Now it's time to bring other people up. Now it's time to bring other people up, because a rising tide raises all ships. So this is actually a departure from what we normally talk about. Normally, I'm going to tell you, like, do your thing, put your head down, grind, don't worry about the rest of the world. This is me telling you, start looking around. Start identifying people in your life that you can level up with together. Start identifying leaders in your life, mentors, people that you want to do well with you, and start sharing a little bit about what you're doing. Now, sharing doesn't mean imposing. There is a difference. There is imposing your will by saying, well, if I'm doing this and you want to be in my life, then you have to do this too. No. It means sharing what you are doing, being willing to be a little uncomfortable and explaining why this is important to you, and then letting the person decide whether or not they want to be a part of it or not. You will be surprised. You will be surprised at the support and the love that you get from other people. Because we talk about this. We talk about this. Vulnerability is not a bad thing. When you decide to be vulnerable, you can make the decision to start sharing a little bit with the people that actually want you to win what you're doing and why you're doing it. Test the waters, because you guys are all at a point where now you have put up the right type of boundaries. You've pushed people away the right way, meaning that if you decide that you're not going to be staying out every weekend, guess what? The thing that will be sacrificed is some of those friends that used to stay out every weekend. If you already made the decision that you're going to meal prep, and now the same friend that always loves to go out to eat during lunch finds somebody else to go out to eat with during lunch, that's fine. But as you look around and you see that there are supporters there who want you to win, who want you to do right by yourself, who want you to freaking excel, guess what? While they have been inspiring you, you've been inspiring them. And when we start to lower our guard a little bit and we start to let the right people in, we start to celebrate ourselves a little bit more publicly. When we start to make the decision that if I want to excel in an area of my life that I don't have the expertise in, I can ask for help. I can reach out. I can start to share a little bit more. You will be surprised at the support that is around you. We get to choose who is in our life. So at the end of the day, if there are people in your life that have been in your corner and you start to be a little bit vulnerable and you start to share why this is important to you, they will feel 1000% confident in the fact that you are headed in the right direction. Nobody wants to be looked at as a liability. Nobody wants to be looked at as a person that doesn't have it together. Nobody wants to be looked at as a person that has failed all the time. The problem with that is that when we don't allow people to see the new you, when you don't allow the people that are there to see the fact that you're not failing anymore, that you are freaking crushing it, people cannot change their perception of who you are. And I know I've said it before, where perception doesn't matter, and stop thinking about what people are judging you for, X, Y, or Z. This is not that. This is the fact that there are people that you want to keep in your life that are instrumental to your growth. And when we allow them in, when we start to share our why, or why this is important for us, or why we're doing this, or why we want to change the generational curse that we've had in our family, or why we want to start showing up for ourselves, that is when we can truly let go of the baggage that is holding us back. Because you think that a person in your family sees you a certain way. You think that they see you as this failure. You think that this person doesn't understand why you're doing the things that you're doing. And you think that you have to block them out until you are at a certain level. I got news for you. You're already at that level. You're already doing the work. You're already an inspiration. You're already working at a better pace than you were before. So when you make the decision to start showing them and start letting them in and start inspiring them and start sharing with them some of what you're doing, they are going to feel that much more trusting in your process. They're going to back off a little bit. They're going to actually feel like, damn, this person is making changes in their life. And trust me, this is something that I take very personally. Why? Because I can count on two hands how many big failures I've had. But if I were to keep them all inside, if I were to not want to talk about them until I felt like they were resolved, I'd be here forever, moving in silence. It is not about just moving in silence, guys. It's about understanding that you need to be so freaking proud of the fact that you've made the big change in your life, that your trajectory is headed in a different way. You're headed in the right direction. So why not let the people that love you and support you and want you to freaking win, why not let them know, hey, I'm doing good. I'm doing all right. How can we work together? I believe in community. I believe in community so much that we're going to have our first in-person event this upcoming August, right? I believe that you cannot replicate community anywhere. I believe that when we celebrate each other and we can show each other, hey, I was able to do this, you can too, or I was able to accomplish this, you can too, it brings us all to a higher level of being. Yes, it is a lonely journey. Yes, this is your journey. Yes, you are on your path. Yes, no one can understand 100% of what you are going through. But if you can think about it, and if you can realize that if you are operating at 50%, and if by you learning to let some of those people in that want to be in your life, that want to help you, that want to support you, if you can let them in just a little bit by sharing why this is important to you, sharing all the progress you've made, sharing the fact that you need support in these areas, you're going to get to 70% or maybe 80%. But to get to 100%, it is a lifestyle change. It is not just you grinding alone and silent for hours. It is you getting to where you need to get and then making the necessary changes to start allowing the right people into your life. I get it. Sometimes I beat it till it's a dead horse saying that this is your journey and you got to stop worrying about what people think about you. Yes, but the caveat to that is that you want to have the right people in your life. You want to allow those people that are your biggest freaking cheerleaders in. You want to make sure that they know that you are progressing. You want to make sure that they know that you are making moves in your life because you want that perspective to change. Too many times we worry so much about the perspective of strangers and what people think about us and what people are judging us for that we don't worry about the perspective of the people that want you to succeed. Too many times we're concerned with what strangers think about us that we forget that there are people, loved ones, friends, supporters that have been in your corner since day one. And on the flip side of that, imagine how amazing it would feel for you to be able to support them, for you to be able to share, hey, I've been doing this, and this is why I'm in a better place, and this is why I'm no longer staying out late, and this is why I'm losing the weight, and this is why I feel more confident, and this is why I got a promotion at work. And then because of that, they're going to feel more of an attraction to you. And what I mean by attraction is mean that you are going to pull them into your world a little bit, and they're going to want to know more about what you're doing, and they're going to feel so compelled that now you become a leader in their life. You become an inspiration for them, not the other way around all the time. It works both ways, guys. It works both ways. I diligently audit my life. I diligently look at who I want to keep in my circle. I diligently make sure that I share the journey that I am on. And I'll tell you guys, like, you guys are definitely part of that circle for me. Friday, I slept all day. It was a rough day for me. I had a bad mental health happening in my life, which is something that was happening to me. And I made the decision that I needed to pull away from the world for a little bit. Pulling away from the world doesn't mean pushing everybody away. Pulling away from the world means getting off of maybe socials for a little bit, letting the people that know you, letting them know that you're going to pull back a little bit, or that maybe you do need a little bit of you time, or that you need to spend some time with your kids, or you need to spend some time with them. Pulling away from the world doesn't mean pushing away people. It means doing an audit and really, really paying close attention to who you want in your life. It could be your kids. It could be your mom, your loved ones, your friends. It could be someone here in this group. Pulling away from the world doesn't mean pushing people away. It means you're consciously making a decision to stop allowing the negativity into your life, whichever way that means. So I want you guys to truly audit your relationships in your life. I want you guys to truly think about who has been in your corner, who is a supporter of yours. And it could be someone in this group. It could be someone that you met here. It could be a close friend. It could be a loved one. Because I promise you, if you guys start to realize that there's nothing wrong with picking up that phone and letting someone know what you are going through, you will both be able to come out of it on the other side with a better experience in the long run. There is nothing more beautiful than showing up for someone and letting someone show up for you. There's nothing more beautiful than that, in my opinion, because we are a world with so much freaking evil in it and so much bad shit. Why not put a little more positivity to the world? Why not let somebody know that they're there for you? Why not be there for someone? Why not decide who you want in your sphere of influence? And it's not that they don't love you when they don't understand what you're going through. It's just that maybe we haven't shared enough. Maybe we haven't tested the waters to see that, hey, it's okay. It's safe. And I know a lot of you here have tested those waters with me or with someone else, or maybe with a loved one in your sphere of influence, in your world. And maybe you did that and maybe you saw, hey, it's safe. It's okay. Because you are capable and you've made the decision of what friends, maybe even what family members, no longer get a seat at your table. But guess what? As people no longer get a seat at your table, that means you have more seats at your table that are open for other people. Think about who should be sitting in those seats. Is it mentors? Is it friends? Is it people that in the past have tried to be there for you and maybe you just weren't ready for that? This is not about filling your cup with other people. This is about you filling your cup so much that it gives you the ability to be able to let people in the right way. I know that a lot of what I talk about is being on this lonely chapter. But the thing is, the real clarification there, the real footnote of that is that you need to let go of the people that are holding you back in life. You need to understand that this is your journey and you choose how you live your journey, but it doesn't mean that you push people away. It means that you no longer let people sit at your table that are not positively impacting you. And that could be ending a relationship. That could be quitting a job. That could be letting go of a friend. But one of the beautiful things about that is that as you do those things, guess what? Seats open up at your table. Seats open up at your table. And you get to decide, who do I want in my sphere of influence? Who do I want to create an environment around? Who do I want to make sure sees me freaking win? Because I want to see them win too. Ask yourself that. Ask yourself, are you building a group of people around you that are freaking winners? That are freaking winners? That are loved ones that want to see you win? Are you sharing with them that you're on this journey because maybe they want to know how you're doing? Maybe they love you so much and they're worried about you that they will worry less if they know that you are freaking crushing it. I want you guys to continuously celebrate yourselves. It is not selfish to do that. It is not. And guess what? The people that see it that way, the people that hate on your social media, guess what? Little by little, they're going to unfollow you. They'll stop reaching out to you. They will move away on their own. And it's about them. It's not about you. I look at my socials and I look at all the people that I'm following. You know what? It means I get to let go of negativity in my life. I look at my socials and every time it grows, to me, that is someone else that I can influence in a good way, in a positive way. It is not about just posting stuff just to post stuff. It's not about sharing with your loved ones just to share it and put it in their face. It's about that these people love you, the people that you have chose to be in your life, not just family, but anybody. And as you make the effort to maybe share some of your wins, to talk about the fact that you've made a big change in your life, to celebrate the fact that you got a promotion at work, to celebrate the fact that you are getting ready for a vacation and for the first time ever, you're freaking pumped to be able to wear a two-piece. The people that want to see you fucking win, the people that want to see you freaking crush it, they're going to say something. They're going to speak up. They want to be in your life. And when they don't understand, because we don't let them in, because we feel like we have to put up this wall, because we feel like in the past, maybe they saw a different version of us in them or in their lives, that version will never die unless we kill it. That version of who they see you as will never die unless we kill it. And one of the ways that we can do that is by letting ourselves shine, by being proud of everything that we're doing, by sharing with the world the fact that we have boundaries, by sharing with the world that we are no longer sticking to our bad habits. Each and every one of you here has posted something. Maybe you've had a transformation post. Maybe you've shared something of your journey. And you guys have had amazing support from all these people that are in your corner. And we forget that. We forget that. So, to reiterate, this isn't about pushing the whole world away. This isn't about putting up so many walls that your boundaries end up looking like this castle where you don't let nobody in. This is about learning that as you remove people from the table that no longer serve a purpose in your life, you have more seats at the table to find and to fill with people who want to be there, who do directly care about how you're doing. And I want you guys to truly think about who those people are. It could be your loved ones. It could be your family. It could be friends. It could be someone in this program. It could be me. Like, I want you guys to truly ask yourself, am I surrounding myself with an amazing support system, with people that I know want me to do well, with people that I know genuinely care about me? And as you put people at those seats, and as you make the decision to share what you're doing, you will be surprised at the love and the support and all of the amazing congratulations that you will receive. Your story is someone else's survival guide. What you are going through right now doesn't have to be the lonely, empty chapter. It could be the lonely chapter where you are working on yourself. And as you get to that next level, you get to share a little bit of that light with the world around you. Because why not? Why not? Be a freaking light for the world. Be a freaking beacon of light for the world. I heard a while back this analogy, and it applies to leaders, which every one of you are leaders. Do not be a tugboat that has to go into the ocean in battling the storm, raging in the storm to try and pull people to safety. Do not be that tugboat that has to go into the storm to try and save or rescue people that don't want to be saved or rescued. Be a freaking lighthouse that guides people in with your story, with your testimonial, with your wins, with your success, with the fact that maybe they are in similar circumstances, and the fact that they see you doing it inspires them. Because we do inspire people. Each and every one of you inspires me every single goddamn day. It is about the fact that maybe there's someone else or a family member or a friend or whoever that will see that will see you talking about it, and they'll be like, damn, that inspires me. I want to be closer to this person. I want to sit at the table. And then you decide, who do you allow at your table? Who eats with you? Who are you growing with? I have a list right here on my desk of 5 of my closest friends. Guess what? Not one of them lives in the same state that I live in. Not one of them. Because they are all people that I have allowed at my table over the past 2 years. I've been removing people from my table actively. On Thursday, I went to eat with old coworkers, and it reminded me of why I was very happy with the fact that I made the decision I made. And it's nothing against them. It's just that we are in different phases of our life. And it made me realize that I am making the right decisions and I am putting the right people at my table. And I want to fill my life with so much love that I want you guys to all be at my table. I want everybody here to feel like not only do I learn from Coach JP, but he learns from me. And I do. I'm so freaking pumped up that you guys are hitting your habits. I'm so freaking pumped up to know that things are happening in each and every one of your lives, that you guys are freaking showing up consistently, making some really big decisions, deciding to move across states, deciding to end a freaking marriage. Believe it or not, like, I know what it's like. I know that it's hard. Deciding to quit a job, deciding to start a new career, deciding to put your name in for a promotion, deciding to try doing something in your life that you never thought you'd be able to do. That means more to me than anything else here. So I just want to tell you guys, Decide who gets a seat at your table. Decide who you want to be in your world, and then let them in. Let them in, test the waters, and guess what? If you're wrong and things don't work out the way that you think they will be okay, because you are building tools to build resilience. Resilience does not mean you are callous to the world. Resilience does not mean that you are an asshole to the world. Resilience does not mean that nothing affects you. Resilience means that when things do happen, you are able to stand back up a lot faster than you did the last time. And that is what we are working towards, guys. And that brings us to the end of another episode of the Vet Rise podcast. If today's episode inspired you, made you think, or simply gave you hope, I have a small favor to ask. Share it with just one veteran or someone you think could benefit from my message. Your share could light a spark for them. You don't know who you might save. For more insights and to join our mission, follow my socials at JP the Veteran Coach and explore how we can rise together. Thank you for joining us, for being part of this journey, and for believing in the power of rising together. Until next time, keep pushing forward, keep rising, and never forget that we are stronger together. My name is Juan Perez, and thank you for your time.